Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another episode of Bookmas. Today we are going to be talking about my winter TBR. If you watched my fall TBR was a little bit more productive and themed. My fall TBR was basically just me trying to read all of the physical books on my bookshelf to get through them. I don't have a theme for my winter TBR. Honestly, this is filled with just a lot of new releases, things that have caught my eye lately, and some books that you probably are not expecting to be on here. We are first going to get into my Target box because these are some of my newest books that I've gotten because Target just recently had buy two get one book free sale, and so I stocked up on some books. I don't remember the last time Target did the buy two get one free sale. I feel like it was back in like spring. They need to do it more often. It's so good. I am listening to the audiobook of Icebreaker, which by the time you're watching this, I've already done my reading wrap up actually, so I can talk about it. But that book is crazy to listen to as an audiobook. So I got Wildfire, which is book 2 of this sort of little series. All I know is that this is about Russ and Aurora. They have a one-night stand. They both end up working for this sort of like summer camp deal, and they can't avoid each other because of that. I will say I'm very excited for Henry's book. I think that is the book that I'm most excited about. And another book that I'm so excited about. Oh my god. Okay, so this is Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood. Not gonna lie, I have no clue what this is about. This is actually a YA romance book. The reason that I got this book and the reason this is on my winter TBR is because Ali Hazelwood is definitely an auto-buy author for me, so I wanted to give this book a try. She definitely writes like my ideal men. I love the men in her stories, and I personally don't love reading smut, so I think this is going to be the perfect little cute romance, and I'm very excited. So yeah, this is on my winter TBR. This is another book that I got in this little Target sale. The last book that I got and is also on my winter TBR is Bright Young Woman by Jessica Knoll. Now, I've been seeing a lot of people get this book. I had no idea what it was about, and I guess it's actually from the viewpoint of, I believe, one of the survivors or one of the going to be victims of like the sorority girl sort of murders. I believe this takes place, it's 1970. I don't know. I feel like my biggest fear is this thing falling. I feel like I love going into thrillers not totally knowing what the story is, but if you have read this book, let me know if you liked it. I haven't really heard many opinions on it. I think it's fantastic. It's a beautiful, beautiful cover, and I've been seeing a lot of people picking it up, so I really want to read that. And then getting into some of the books that are on my winter TBR that I just have. I feel like no one is expecting this, but I want to finish the Throne of Glass series this winter. Listen, you watch my videos, you know I have a love-hate relationship. More like a dislike-hate relationship with this series. But I want to see it all the way through. I've made it this far. I've read all of those books already. I may as well read the rest of the series. So if you would like to see a tandem reading vlog, granted, it will take me ages. Will I even finish this by the end of winter? Granted, winter literally lasts years in Minnesota. It's like the longest season we have. I don't know. I want to finish the Throne of Glass series. My friend Caitlin's been bugging me to finish it. That is on my winter TBR. Honestly, winter's the best season to read. I love the reading that you can do in fall, but there's so many other things to do in fall. Like I want to go to a pumpkin patch. I want to go to an apple orchard, go to football games. I don't want to do anything in the winter. There's 10 inches of snow outside. It's negative 2 degrees. There's an inch of ice on the roads and everyone's driving like a dickhead. I want to stay home and read. I also would love to read Powerless by Lauren Roberts this winter. I feel like I'm super late to the game when it comes to reading this book. I had to wait to get this because I got the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, and I also believe that she basically was self-publishing and then had to remove her books from like US stores because she got picked up to be traditionally published. It's about Peyton and Kai. I don't love the names, but I feel like they'll grow on me. I love the smell of books. Stella, stop biting the leaves. The elites have possessed powers for decades, gifted to them by the plague, while those born ordinary are just that, banished from the kingdom of Ilia and shunned from society. No one knows this better than Peyton Gray, an ordinary posing as a psychic to blend in with the elites. But when she unwittingly saves one of Ilia's princes, Kai, she's thrown into the purging trials, a brutal competition showcasing the elite's powers. If the trials and the opponents within them don't kill her, the princess she's fighting feelings for will, if he discovers what Peyton is, completely ordinary. So I'm very excited about this because I love a good fantasy book that has trials and games and things like that. This is, I feel, a very random book to be on my winter TBR, but I still have yet to read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. My mom just recently read this and said it was a very good, like, uplifting kind of feminist book. I feel like I'm gonna read this and then be like, that is like literally not what this was. This book was definitely one of those OG book talk books that I never got around to. I feel like winter would be a good time to read this. I do the most of my reading in the winter just because I'm hibernating. Winter, I'm in full hibernation mode. You will not get me out of my apartment, and I don't leave my apartment a lot anyways. So the next books that I want to read are a series, and I've been talking about this forever. I want to read the Caraval series. So it's Caraval, Legendary, and Finale. And these are the books that kind of take place before Once Upon a Broken Heart. They're in the same world, not necessarily the same story. I just finished the Once Upon a Broken Heart little trilogy this fall because the last book came out, and I wanted to kind of do a little bit of a deep dive, go back into the world. I honestly, like every other book in this video, I go into books not knowing anything, and I always prefer that. This is about, I believe, a carnival game that happens once every so many years, and the girls in this book get invited to the games, but one of the sisters realizes her sister's missing because her sister is the subject of this game, and I have no idea what the other two books are about. Yeah, I would really like to read these books. I might do like a whole reading vlog on all of these books. If you would like me to do that, let me know. I also did not say what The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo was about. I believe that this is kind of in the same way as Daisy Jones and the Six is about like an interview between band members. This is an interview about Evelyn Hugo, who is this big movie star, and she's finally ready to do a tell-all about her life. And last but not least, I have probably the most, just the book everyone's been ready for since they read the first book, Iron Flame. This came out November 7th. Honestly, a majority of these books in this video actually came out November 7th. I don't know what was with the book community this year, but can we talk to each other and spread it out a little bit next time? I will say I had a lot of fun October and November because there were so many good reads that came out. This is the second book in the Fourth Wing series. I believe Fourth Wing is set up to be 5 books. I have no idea, again, say it with me, what this book is about. I don't know where they're gonna go from how the first book ended off. There are so many different ways that they can go about. Not really seen a whole lot of like talk about this online. I think not a lot of people have read it yet. I have seen some mixed. The things I have seen have not been the best. I'm gonna read this. We'll see. It will hopefully be in a reading vlog. Yeah. I don't know why I'm scared for this one. After reading A Curse for True Love, I'm very terrified. That was kind of all of the books that are right now on my TBR for this winter. I think probably around February is when, you know, once I get through the majority of this stack, I'll probably go on a little book shopping spree and kind of come up with like my winter part 2 TBR. Just because, listen, winter in Minnesota, it starts like end of November. Honestly, sometimes it goes November to like March, April. Just depends when the snow decides to come here and when the snow wants to leave. Half the time when the snow does decide to leave, it will come back in 2 weeks and then stay for another couple weeks. This isn't a huge TBR for winter, but these are the books that I would like to get to first. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I hope you are enjoying Bookmas. I'm pre-filming this currently. It is actually November 14th. Gotcha, bitch. I will see you in my next video. I don't have anything else to say. I hope you have a beautiful night, beautiful morning, beautiful afternoon whenever you're watching this. I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.